Hello and welcome to the top four of Worlds 2026. We are facing off against AllWhoWander, who is on a pretty similar deck, another red-white mid-range deck. This one is a little bit slower and a little bit more counters focused. There's Atomic Core in it as a big ramp spell that can also remove my stuff. Advances a Quiet Moon as a removal spell. Contest Coordinator finds a lot of things. Offset Demon, of course. Cleansing Starfire is a big life gain card. Inner Inferno for card advantage as long as they're putting counters on things. Shigana Manor Burns, of course. Fateful Ascent as room spell of choice. There's two Crucible and two Stack Viviplex in the mono base. Four Planeswalkers between Dutiful Wanderer and Kefella. And of course the Terminals. So we're going to be the beatdown in this matchup, and we do get to be on the play. But I think we're unfavored in general. They're a little slower than us, which is not exactly where I want to be. This is a fine hand. I do need to find a third land at some point, but then I have Kara's Monument into Gone Picking or Fabricated Anomaly to draw another card. I have two draw steps to hit a second land. I think I have to take those odds. Tap Windbeaten Stones, pass. Conviviplex, and pass. Untap and draw. Torrid Path, excellent draw. Play that. Play Kara's Monument. Don't forget Kara's Monument triggers this match. Yeah, hope is I can just go Monument into Anomaly into Offset Demon. Now, a lot of their removal is exile-based. Not a lot of it. Well, they do have one. They've advanced the Quiet Moon. That's exile removal. Okay, they got Primal Fish, and they're passing. The only instant in their deck is Fateful Ascent, which I can't really play around Fateful Ascent. I'm just going to run my stuff into it and see what happens. Okay, Temple of Origins. On red-white. I think it's just Fabricated. It's clearly Fabricated Anomaly here. See what happens. Do they Fateful Ascent Kara's Monument in response? It looks like that's what's happening to me. Okay, I get Twiltry Mountain. And, yeah. Okay, unfortunate. Kara's, but, you know, my 2-drop traded for their 2-drop, and I'm on the play, so that's not the end of the world by any means. Gonna save this puzzle box, probably discarding excess Fabricated Anomaly, but if they kill this Fabricated Anomaly, maybe I don't. Probably still do. Okay, land pass. I'm going to discard the Fabricated Anomaly because it seems like they're not killing my first one. Draw Mountain. Probably discarding... Okay, and discard this Plains right away. Ooh, another Offset Demon. Well, I can discard that next time if I get to maintain my overflow. Do I want to put a +1/+1 counter on Offset Demon or on Fabricated Anomaly? I'd like to put the counter on Anomaly. That'll make it harder for them to kill with future Terminal Impacts and Kefellas. Cleansing Starfire is 4, so I'd like to get that out of range soon. And of course, they're much less likely to burn down an Offset Demon than a Fabricated Anomaly to begin with because of the overflow. So, there's a pretty good curve out so far. Offset Demon. Get the Heroes in the Weft overflow token. And I'm going to show my hand somewhat. I'm going to put this on A, because I'm going to discard another Offset Demon next turn. Okay, Anomaly trigger. Going to exile, doesn't matter which cards, put a +1/+1 counter on Anomaly. Go to damage. Sure. Yeah, no other triggers to resolve. Pass turn. Oh, this seems pretty good. Next turn, I'm going to have a solid, 9 damage coming in? Unless they do something about it. Oh, it's Cleansing Starfire. Okay, probably killing Anomaly if I had to guess. Mm-hmm. That has the ability to gain them enormous amounts of life eventually. Planeswalkers, for instance. So I'll probably have to take that of Gone Picking if I don't find anything better to do. Draw, Windbeaten Stones. Okay. No. Overflow trigger, respond by discarding Offset Demon. Oh, drawing another land. Okay, I'm going to get through these lands eventually with the puzzle box. Maybe I should have... Yeah. Do I Gone Pickin' the Cleansing Starfire? It doesn't do anything if they get it back off Gone Picking because it has a cast trigger. And it does prevent them from gaining a lot of life, and it does get me in for a lot of damage. And then what? I play Mountain Crack Chart. I think I'm going to hope to have more things to do between... Like, I have Draw Step and Puzzle Box each turn. The life gain off Cleansing Starfire. It's medium annoying. Yeah. Gone Pickin' on Starfire. Get Berry. Maybe I should have buffed off that demon instead of Fabricated Anomaly last turn, but yeah, possibly true. But it was close in any case. Okay, Berry gets sacked and I gain 8. Pass turn. Gonna crack chart. It's 31. That's not nothing. Have another one. Okay, that would have gained them like an additional 4 life if they had this. But I'm gonna get that offset demon back eventually. Crack chart. Find Temple of Origins. I found a lot of land, that's for dang sure. Okay, untap. Draw. Main phase 1. Discard Puzzle Box. I could find another offset demon or something. Discard Temple, I guess. Find another anomaly. Okay. This is gonna be Matriarch into Anomaly, pretty clearly. They don't have the Deafening Clarion's main, so there's no such thing as overextending. They can't cast any instants from this position. Kitsune Matriarch. Fabricated Anomaly. That effectively untaps the puzzle box and gets me a Kitsune Matriarch trigger. I will then immediately use the puzzle box to discard this Primal Fissure. Find a Grip Festivarium. I think I'll probably play that. And do I put a counter on Offset Demon? I think I do. 1, 2, not that one. 3. Counter, +1/+1. Opponent takes 4, I gain 4. Okay. This is going pretty well. Still a little worried something like the Wanderer should slow me down somewhat. But probably just would have played the Wanderer last turn if they had it. Kefella? So like Kefella. It is Kefella. Okay. Not actually the end of the world. What, they can -2 to cast a Fateful Ascent. And that is what they're doing. On what? Oh, on the Gone Pickin'. Alright, and they gained life off of this. And they're going to kill my Gone Pickin'. Okay. And I get my chart. If it was cast. You don't get that. Okay, I get to kill Kefella pretty easily. I can animate this Grip Festivarium. I'm doing some stuff. Okay, draw. Another Gone Pickin'. Sure. Main phase. Okay, first question. Do I have lethal? 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 4, 6, 8 on board. Plus this is 11. Plus this is plus the berry is 3. That's lethal, right? That sure is lethal. I need to shock in Windbeaten Stones. I think it is. Yeah, shock in Windbeaten Stones. 1, 2, 3. Gone Pickin', doesn't matter what. Create berry. Kitsune Matrix sees berry, becomes a... Attach this here. Then animate Grip Festivarium. Ten. Yep. I did get Matrix Trigger. And that's lethal. That looks like lethal to me. Yep. Okay. Well, that's kind of how we have to play this matchup. Okay, looking at sideboard. I want to. They have some very annoying stuff on the sideboard. They have Oberith Lay Pilgrim, which, it's going to kill an artifact enchantment, and then we still have to deal with it. That's going to be a huge issue. They also have Looming Psyhawk. That's a huge problem for us. So we're going to bring in Golden Bloom of the Silence as a way to turn off their enchantments and planeswalkers. We're going to bring in our own Fateful Ascents to kill their enchantments and planeswalkers. We're going to take out the Flags on High because they're just not high impact enough. We're going to take Eviviva out just a little too slow. And they have a lot of hard interaction for it. And the last cut... By the way, if they land Looming Psyhawk against Darkstar Severance, it's really a problem, because I still have to sack a permanent, but I just don't get the token. It's not optional. So maybe I trim one of those? It's possible that's the cut. Yeah. Yeah, I think it is. Okay, well, yeah, as I said, this is the top 4 match. Loser of this match gets 4th. Winner goes on to face Lee for in loser's finals. Loser of that match gets 3rd, and then winner of that match goes up to face Tremor. In grand finals, Tremor has the is on winner's side. So whoever our path, if we want to win this tournament, we got to beat AllWhoWander here, which we're already 1 game in. Then we have to beat Lee, and then we have to beat Tremor twice. So still a long shot, but less likely things have happened. They could also bring in Deafening Clarion. I don't think that's super likely. It's not great against us. They could also bring in Faces of the Faceless. That turns off Fabricated Anomaly and Offset Demon. What's our blind name for Golden Bloom of the Silence? Depends somewhat on what threats we have, therefore what answers we're worried about. I would honestly think it might be Oberys. Inner Inferno, also a good name. Opponent is on the play. We're looking at 2 Golden Blooms, Gone Pickin' Darkstar Severance. Second Golden Bloom is not ideal. They are legendary. It is a curve. Turn 2, they are on the play, so we can turn 2 Golden Bloom, kind of blind name something, turn 3 Gone Pick, and hopefully have something to hit turn 4 Darkstar. I think I would really love to have a more assertive hand. I could Golden Bloom for Psyhawk if Severance is my problem. If Severance is my go-to threat. They don't have any hand attacks. I'm going to get to resolve my stuff. I think I keep 7 here. I know I'm in general a little too hesitant to mulligan, but this is a mid-range matchup, so I do card advantage is going to matter. Uh, and this is a cogent plan. Okay, we got fabricated anomaly. That gives us something to do in case we don't want to go on picking. I'm going to run a tapped Windbeaten Stones and ship the turn. Okay, they go land pass. What's our blind name for Golden Bloom? Psyhawk, I think. Psyhawk or Oberys. Okay, now it's Shigana Manor Burns. Better name the card they have. I know they have, and the card they might or might not have. Okay, draw Mountain. Primal Fissure for Mountain. Plains, actually. I don't have Evaviva anymore. Gone. Golden Bloom. Naming Smib. It's possible the name is still Psyhawk. Because they already got the treasure off of Smib. They got 3 Psyhawks. If they do have Psyhawk, I can Gone pick. I have to eat one. Yes, Darkstar Servant just eats itself. It's so bad. But I get to Fabricate Anomaly going. They might, but they're going to play Psyhawk into Anomaly. So yeah, I think I'm going to name Shigana Manor Burns. I also have the backup one in case I need it in the future. So yeah, grab one of my planes, maybe this one, the non-full art one. Golden Bloom. Shigana Manor Burns. General principle: play around cards that you know they have, not cards that they might have. Yep. It just stays on one counter until this goes away, which dealing with this is probably not an enormous priority for them. Ooh. This is a offset demon. Yep. I'm probably going to Gone Pickin' that next turn. Oops. It also Gone Pickin' also has the advantage of putting a disposable permanent into play for Darkstar Severance. Okay. We traded 1-for-1, 1-for-1, and we're going to hope Darkstar Severance can clean up. If they don't have, they have a lot of answers to Darkstar Severance in their deck, but if they don't have any of them, which is theoretically possible, Inner Inferno, okay. And they got Fateful Sense on the Gone Pickin'. Okay, we're going to get my chart. Gone Pickin's going to die. Draw a Primal Fissure. Okay, I'm going to have stuff I'm going to discard to this Fabricated Anomaly once I get it going. But I think for now, I'm just going to play a Darkstar Severance, make my chart, go to combat, sack my chart, make a 3-1, and attack. Okay, and if I find another offset demon answer, which I guess is just another Gone Pickin', I can race this. They have Atomic Core. They could use that to blow up all the tokens. Okay. Okay, interesting question. Are they going to Atomic Core blow up all the tokens on my if I attack? Because the question is, do I want to play Anomaly before attacking? Because I don't want them to get the puzzle box with Atomic Core in addition to all those things. Also, shocking in this Windbeaten Stones is actually going to be kind of painful because it puts me one fewer offset demon trigger from death. It's possible they just want to put the counter on Atomic Core so they can draw off Inner Inferno. Although that would have cut off their ability to kill my tokens. I think I'm going to go for the attack anyways. Maybe they pull the trigger, maybe they don't. I'm going to sack this berry token. Okay, do they want to crack Atomic Core? They do not. Okay. Gonna run into Fabricate Anomaly. Gonna immediately discard a Primal Fissure. Draw a Temple. Okay, I don't think it's worth taking the damage to activate chart here. I have so many lands in hand anyways. It looks like they're going to be leveling up Atomic Core, using Atomic Core Inner Inferno to get card advantage. Sure, I will run out a tapped Temple of Origins. And ship the turn. They add a counter? They do add a counter, okay. Okay, that's great. They have hit a permanent with no abilities off of Inner Inferno. That's great news. And also, this means they can no longer Atomic Core for 0, and they have a land in hand. That's great. I still have to deal with this Offset Demon, probably, if I want to win, but everything else is going pretty well. Okay, they could have a Fateful Center. It's possible they're just bricking. Surprise, they could Atomic Core on their turn to get another bite at the Inner Inferno apple. But they chose not to do that. Ooh, Fateful Ascent. I can Fateful Ascent on their next turn to delay the Offset Demon for 3 turns. That's not bad. I could also kill Inner Inferno if it has something relevant under it. Well, in either case, let's discard this Primal Fissure first. Find a mountain. I can also swap out Golden Blooms. Can I put 2 counters on things this turn? Not really. Guess it was a reason to play the Primal Fissure instead of discarding it last turn? Maybe. Could be relevant. They're at 23, though, so it's going to take a while, no matter what. Play land, go to combat, sack chart. Okay, I'm getting in for some damage, that's for sure. I'm going to put counters on one of the elementals, I think. Yeah, that was what? That was what? 9? That was what? 12 damage? So here's the plan. Plan is to Fateful Set Offset Demon when they attack on their next turn. Unless Atomic Core puts something really good under Inner Inferno, then I'll be forced to Fateful Ascent the Inner Inferno. I could also Golden Bloom right now, name like Offset Demon or Inner Inferno or Atomic Core. The trouble with naming Offset Demon is that then it can block. I'd much rather deal with Fateful Ascent. And stopping Shiganomator Burns is nice. It stops them from looking at 2 additional cards. Which, they got Terminal Impact potentially. Okay. What do they get on the Inner Inferno? It's Mind Promo Shiganomator Burns, so that does give them some extra potential here. Yes. But if it's a good card, I have to stop. Okay. Do I have this is the thing. Do I have to kill this Inner Inferno? Oh, I can't stop them from playing advance here. Because right. I can't stop them from playing advance because Inner Inferno is until they next exile a card. Next question, do I need to kill Inner Inferno over Offset Demon? No, I think off the team is still more important. Inner Inferno gets them 2 more looks at cards, but uh, like even if they advance what the elemental token, they still die to Darkstar sacking Puzzle Box. Okay, no effects. Yeah, they get to look at 2 cards between Advance itself has counters and Atomic Core can get a counter. Um, so if they find another answer after this Advance the Quiet Moon, then I'm in trouble. Go back to program A. That's important because Overflow runs and does nothing. They can't Atomic Core to kill any relevant permanents. They can kill Golden Bloom, I guess. They fetch after draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, they have the terminal. Yeah, I couldn't beat Terminal Impact, so that was that. Okay, game 3. Yeah, I had no edge to Terminal Impact from that situation, other than I guess Golden Bloom naming Atomic Core, which might have been the play. Let me think about that. Golden Bloom naming Atomic Core means they don't get to look at a card off of. They get to look at 2 additional cards off of Shiano Burns is the problem. But it's possible that was the play. I should have just like tried to force the turn 2 lethal. Yeah, that was a tricky lethal to see, but tricky play to see. I think that's correct. Whoops. Okay, tough, kind of subtle misplay there. Turn 1 Matriarch, turn 3 Anomaly. Seems good to me. They keep Temple on red-white. Would love to find a thing to do on turn 2. But, you can't always get what you want. Do they have Terminal Impact for it? Ooh, they might. Yeah, they do. That's unfortunate. Don't get to run away with the game. Okay, show me Kara's Monument. Shigana Manor Burns. You know what? I'll take that. Next turn, I'm probably not discarding because I already have my best 3-drop. Yeah, no Shigana Manor Burns. I'm probably not doing much of this just because I have Anomaly to do something very similar. Play this one. Get myself a puzzle box. And pass the turn. And they're going to kill it. Yeah. Okay, well, I might not discard this second one. I guess the highest mono value card in my deck is 4, so I could probably discard this mountain. I think I will. Discard mountain. Draw Wind-Beaten Stones. Sure. Okay, I don't need 3 Fabricated Anomalies. So I'm going to discard, no, this one. Oh, whoops. Don't forget your main phase triggers in this deck. I'm going to run out another Fabricated Anomaly. I don't know. And then am I gonna play or discard this Wind-Beaten? I think I'll play it. Yeah, I'm gonna play Wind-Beaten untapped, and then I can crack chart using treasure. Just more cards in hand is good when I have Anomaly. Yeah, having a threat is good. I should be the beatdown. Shock in wind-beaten stones. Shift the turn. I can Fateful Ascent if I really need to. Yeah, last game was a really kind of subtle play. Should have thought about it more, but a Golden Bloom would have cut off more of their outs. Okay, here's Offset Demon. Where do they put Overflow? A or B? Looks like it's going to be A. Okay. I'm going to crack Chart Token. Find Mountain. Then I'm going to discard Mountain to Puzzle Box. Draw Gone Pickin'. There we go. Untap. Draw. Kara's Monument. Oh, I wish I could play that into Gone Pickin', but I do not have the mana. Do I discard this Terminal Impact now? Or this Fateful Ascent? I think I discard a Terminal Impact. I really would like to hit untapped land at this point. Ugh, tap land. Um, hmm. Interesting question. Kara's Monument or Gone Pickin'? Like, I think I'm not killing them anytime soon, so I think this is turning into a value game. And if we're playing a value game, then I want to get my maximum Kara's Monument value. That makes sense? Let's attack. If I play Kara's Monument, I have to take another Offset Demon trigger, so it's Life Swing. The Life Swing certainly matters. But I'd rather they kill Kara's Monument than Gone Pickin', so it could bait out their answer. And if Kara's Monument lives, I want to get the Gone Picking value. Do I play the land, or do I save it as Puzzle Box discard? I think I play the land. I could easily need it. Play Kara's Monument. Ship the turn. I could also Fateful Ascent the Demon this turn, because it delays it for 3 turns. But I'd much rather Gone Pickin' it. Yeah, I think it's take my 3 here. This is going to be a long game. Oh, Barris. Yeah, Barris is a problem. Yeah, well, I'm glad it's not killing my Gone Pickin'. If that gets exiled. Okay, I can at very least attack Oberys and force the chump with the wall. Oof, Festivarium. Okay. Counter on Shigana Mana Burns. Probably no discard. And then it can +1 Oberys, but then it can die before it gets to go again. I can Fateful Ascent if that stops working. I think I have to discard Festivarium here. Yeah. I could draw Kara's Monument, in which case I'd rather have that than Festivarium. Windbeaten Stones. Okay, that's probably getting discarded again. Oh, I should have said that was in response to Shigana Mana Burns trigger. Um, yeah, that was sloppy of me. So I could discard Windbeam Stones. But yeah, there's a lot of cards no, I wouldn't want to hit any of my 4s. So attack Oberys, exile 3. Okay. Gone picking Oberys. I don't think I want to equip Barry right now. Oh, wait. Wow, wow. What, I'm sorry, I literally just like phased out for a moment there. Okay, they're letting me do that take back. Woof. I don't know what came over me there. I literally just like lost consciousness for a moment. Okay, obviously it's what I wanted to do. Getting Oberys makes no sense there. Okay, okay, back. Okay, focused again. Sorry. Okay, well they gotta have something now. What's our best draw? Probably just an offset demon of our own. Oh, this is Kafella? Probably for Fateful Ascent. Oh, on Anomaly. Yeah, can't do anything about that. Yep. Okay, there's a terminal impact in their graveyard, but that doesn't do anything with Kafella. So I could Fateful Ascent Oberys right now. I'm really looking for either of my 4-mana haste plays. Which I do want to. The other option is Crack Chart, which gives me more puzzle box fodder. But I think I need to kill Oberys right now. I'm not going to be able to draw answers to both. Okay. Untap. Draw. Discard. Main phase. This is opponent, unfortunately. So I have to puzzle box away Windbeaten Stones. Shigana Manor Burns. Cycle Torrid Path. Temple. Unfortunate. I really needed to find an answer to Kafella in those 2 cards, and I did not. Do I play another Shigana Manor Burns at this point? I think I do. Yeah, this is getting pretty bad. Oof, Inner Inferno? Yep. And there's Fateful Center there, and that's going to let them get my Gone Pickin'. That's probably the game here. Okay. Surprised they didn't Fateful Scent right now to attack with Offset Demon. Crack Chart. Get a Mountain. Okay, gotta find something very good. 4 Fabricated Anomaly, okay. Counter. So I get my tapped treasure. And gonna discard this Temple of Origins. Mountain Primal Fissure, okay. Loot away Mountain. Draw Golden Bloom, okay. Okay, Golden Bloom's an answer to Kefella. They can still get back their Off the Demon with Fateful Ascent, which is annoying. But this is an answer to Kefella that they can't kill with Fateful Ascent. It's not a much, but it's something. I gotta do it. Golden Bloom. Kefella. And I think I just have to run out the Fabricated Anomaly. Do I? I think I do. I just need to have something on board. Okay, they have Psyhawk. That's why they didn't play Fateful Ascent. They're going to kill Gone Pickin'. Okay. Oops, don't want to know I did that. Yeah, I'm going to get another chart. Starfire, and that's lethal? Or is that going to kill Anomaly? Puts it under Inferno. And I don't think I have outs at this point. I get to look at 2 cards, and if they're answers to like Offset Demon and Inner Inferno, then I might have a chance. Crack Chart. Primal Fissure, I'm just discarding that. Untap. Draw. Fateful Ascent, okay. Trouble is they can still play Dutiful Wanderer. Okay, you're gonna discard 2 Shigana Mana Burns. Draw Offset Karaz. Okay. Offset's kind of an answer to Offset. But I can't stop Dutiful Wanderer from coming down is the problem. They can't quite animate Stack and Viviplex and attack with it. Do I have offsets in my graveyard? I do not. That's the first one I've drawn. So this is play offset, definitely. And then what do I Fateful Ascent? I could Fateful Ascent offset, or Inner Inferno, or Dutiful Wanderer when it comes down. I think it might be Inner Inferno. Offset puts me up to 8. I take 5 down to 3. I have to find more things, but I think cutting them off of cards is how I win this game. They don't have an obvious lethal, and I just have to hope they don't find anything better. Beautiful Wanderer is going to exile my offset, is the problem. I play offset, I attack them for 3, I go to 8. They Wanderer, they exile my offset. I Fateful Inner Inferno. Then it's my turn, and I assume they don't have anything. Eventually, you're going to level up Stack and Viviplex. But if I found another offset demon, it's possible I do need to kill offset, or even Looming Psyhawk, maybe. I could equip Berry to gain an additional 2. Yeah, my ideal draw is I find nothing but offsets, and they have no answers to them. Karaz Monument would also be lovely here, by the way. Maybe it's Karaz Monument. Honestly, I have 2 Shigana Manor Burns, so I'm gonna get to draw a card off it next turn. It's something they can't kill with Dutiful Wanderer. No, there's no way I can beat Dutiful Wanderer plus Inner Inferno at that point. What's my most likely out? I think my most likely out is play offset demon, kill offset demon, hope they miss and or I draw more things. Yeah, I think the Karaz Monument line is not likely to work. I just have to find better things. And do I kill Looming Psyhawk so I get the overflow? Or do I kill Inner Inferno or Offset Demon? If I win, it has to be in a long game. So I guess I have to kill Inner Inferno. Yeah, I think that's how I win this. It's not pretty, but it's how. Wait, good damn it. No, yeah, it has to be like this. Okay, I think I'm playing pretty sloppy at this point, but I have to do it this way. Yep. I have to find a lot of things this turn. Mountain. Discard mountain. Draw a card. Okay. GG. Okay. So, yep, we're out at 4th. So, I think I made a misplay in that game too. What I needed to do was run out Golden Blue Sign's name Atomic Core. That would have prevented them from having terminal impact uh, lethal. And I think would have given me marginally more outs. I think it's not like a strictly better play, because it does let them look at Shigana Manor Burns, and if they find like double if they find like two answers to my board or another offset demon in those two cards, then it's actually worse for me. But I think I should have played to my outs a little better there. Overall, I didn't have a lot of time to prepare for this tournament. I was kind of on vacation for the first 7 days of the month, and I kind of put this deck together on a whim. Let me just put it back to its pre-board configuration. Um, Overall, I think this deck has some legs. It's not a terrible deck. I think the flags on high and the Eva Vivas in the main were just a bad idea. These are not good enough against enough of the field. They're just not high impact enough, not synergistic enough. I definitely should have had two more Fateful Ascents in the main. I just always would bring those in. I need them against everyone. And I should have had the last copy of Darkstar Severance and probably the last copy of Shigana Manor Burns also in the main. That's probably how I swap things around. The other card I should probably have thought about is um Leyshard. That's another artifact for Karaz Monument, and it can ramp me into my 4 drops. I think probably not worth running, but definitely a card I should have considered. Other than that, I like these cards. And for the amount of preparation I did, and for making a number of misplays, I definitely misplayed against Tremor. I definitely misplayed against Caillou. I definitely misplayed in this match. Fourth is not bad. Would have loved to win the whole thing, but that was never super likely. Um, and you can tell that like the people that are doing really well in this tournament, like Lee and Tremor, they're the people who had a lot of time to theory craft their deck, a lot of time to prepare. I know Tremor's been doing a lot of playtesting but like not playtesting, but like a lot of practice games of their upcoming matches, and that's certainly doing really well for them. I didn't really have time or inclination to do that, and it definitely showed. If I was more familiar with this deck, I would have built it a little better, and I wouldn't have made those misplays like against Caillou or maybe some of the misplays they made against Tremor, mostly in sideboarding there. So yeah, not fourth is not bad. Uh, Not my worst tournament of all time. Would have loved to do a little better. Probably could have done a little better if I prepared more. But c'est la vie. And looking forward to next rotation and much revolution to come. Good night.